Welcome to Learn Law Better. Are you on academic probation? Not sure if you should continue? Stay to the end as I provide you with advice on whether to continue and guidance if you decide to keep going. Now, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy this episode and click the subscribe button and bell if you don't want to miss any future episodes. Hi, this is Bo Buys, and today I want to discuss academic probation. If you are watching this episode, it's because you probably just found out that you are on academic probation. I'm sorry, and I'm sure that you are devastated by the news. It's just not what you were expecting when you began your journey. I'm going to ask a favor of you. Please listen to all my advice, even though you may find it painful. I am passionate about helping students, and I've counseled hundreds of students over the years, many with heartbreaking stories. There was one student who told me, while she was crying uncontrollably, that she would have to go back home and her father was going to force her to marry somebody she didn't want to marry. Then there was the student from India who was going to have to go back to his small rural state and become a sheep herder. And many other students who just didn't know what they were going to do, since this was the end of their dream. All right, let's discuss whether you should try to get off academic probation. How close are you to the minimum GPA requirement? If you are 0.1 point away, say a 1.9 and you need a 2.0, then moving off probation is more likely. But the farther you are away from the minimum GPA, the less likely you're going to be able to make it. Depending on your school, they might allow anyone below the minimum GPA to continue their education for another semester. Suppose that you ended up with a 1.0 GPA after your first semester, basically almost all Ds. This means you would need to get all Bs to get your GPA up to the minimum GPA. This is almost impossible. Are there people that have done this before? Yes. Have I ever seen it? No. Now you may be wondering, why would my institution allow me to continue if it is basically impossible to get off academic probation? I call it the bleeding heart syndrome. The faculty and administration want to appear fair by giving you a second chance. In the past, students have had great reasons as to why they did not do well during their semester. A parent died, a bad roommate situation, a nasty breakup with a significant other, or just not understanding what was needed to do well in school. Yes, these are great reasons for low grades, but that doesn't mean you will be able to get over the minimum GPA. Keep in mind, you not only have to improve, but you have to improve more than your colleagues if your school has a mandatory grading curve. You may have barely gotten on academic probation, but there are those who barely stayed off academic probation as well. They will be working hard to improve their grades. Let me explain through an example. Suppose that your class had 60 students and you ended up in spot 57, just below the minimum GPA. Because of the curve, you have to get scores that rank you 10, 15 slots higher the next semester, just to get your grade above the minimum GPA. Now here's the rub. Your colleagues are working hard to get off academic probation as well. You may be better off starting school again rather than trying to get off probation. If you don't make it off probation, then you'll have another semester's worth of tuition and have lost 4 months of your life. And if you do make it, then you may be barely above the minimum GPA, putting you at risk of failing in a future semester. With a fresh start, you also get a chance at better grades, which can get you on law review or moot court. Keep in mind that the better jobs go to the top students. Let's shift focus and discuss what you need to get off academic probation. First, determine what went wrong academically. Did you spend enough time studying? Did you waste time on social media? Or was your study time just not focused? Think about something like the Pomodoro technique to help you stay focused the next semester. Second, go back to your professor and get feedback. It's very important that you look at your final and figure out what you did wrong. Otherwise, you may spend another semester making the same mistakes. Third, work on improving your exam skills. The key is continuous improvement, so don't get overwhelmed. Understand the type of test you must master and then focus on improving those skills. For example, law school exams require you to understand the IRAC method. Once you understand how the exam will be graded, then start taking practice exams. Fourth, get additional help. What did you do last semester that didn't work? If your law school has an academic support department, go there. But don't stop with that. You should strongly consider getting a private tutor. Academic support departments are great starting points, but they're busy helping lots of students. A private tutor costs money, but you will get the individualized attention you need. If you enjoyed this material, hit the like button. Also, to avoid missing any future episodes, hit the subscribe and bell buttons. For more resources to help you get ahead, including my blog and newsletter, check out learnlawbetter.com. Thanks for watching.